are being applauded for it. What is the most exciting thing about coming here to play for the Philadelphia 76ers, Caleb?
I just think I think being a part of something special that they're building here. I think, the last couple of years I've had a decent amount of winning experience, and I think I would love to try to bring that type of energy and approach to this team, which they've already have, and I just think that they're just trying to build more on that. So I just want to be part of the winning process here.
It's interesting. The first question was, why to come here? And his answer was, why not? Like,
Yeah.
of course. and it's just, of course it's why not. But it's funny. You talked about obviously you've gone against the Sixers for a number of years, and you know what they're trying to build here. How much was that a draw when you see all the moves they had? In fact, they had basically a clean slate, a blank roster, really, and then now they're building it, and you were one of the key pieces. What does that tell you?
First, it just makes me grateful and appreciative that they see me as a piece that can help them try to get to where they're going, and ultimately that's a championship. But also just being a guy who's recently been to the finals, I also understand that of how long that road is and how tough that road is, and it's about taking it a step at a time, and that starts before we even start training camp, and I just. But again, like you said, is like just being a part of something special and being a part of that winning culture and being a part of something that's bigger than yourself is something that's that definitely wants to draw you in.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking to Caleb Martin down at the 76ers practice facility, joining us live. And Caleb, you come here to Philadelphia, and if I had two envelopes here and I said, Caleb, this envelope has 25 to 30 minutes a night as a starter, and this envelope has 25 to 30 minutes a night as a reserve. Does it? You say you're happy to be a piece here. Does that matter to you?
No, starting or coming off the bench doesn't matter. I think with me, it's more obviously, like you said, is getting the minutes, and I like to pride myself on finishing games just in terms of being in when it matters, and when it matters down the stretch, and when games are on the line, and when he stops or whatever it is. I like to be a guy that can be relied on. So, but obviously that's. Those are things I got to build trust through training camp with a new team and new staff, and I understand that's going to be that's the part where you kind of have to re-identify yourself and build that trust back up with a new group. So I'm going to pride myself on trying to be in those situations as much as possible.
It's a new team, but one of your teammates. I know you know a couple of these guys, but Kelly Oubre, your days go back to when he was at Finley Prep. And you were at Oak Hill with your brother. I saw your brother's here with you. You got some of your fam. And he says he still owes you for Oak Hill beating Finley Prep in the championship. But he also called himself the triplet, the third Martin twin triplet. I mean, you guys obviously have a good relationship. I know he knows Cody a bit better, but how reassuring is it to already have a little bit of a familiar face?
No, it's definitely reassuring. It's a good feeling to know that you're coming in, just not on your own, and to have somebody who kind of knows you and know how you operate, and just with me knowing how Kelly operates and what he's about, it's always good to have someone like that on your side coming into a new situation. So I'm excited to play with the triplet.
The triplet, I love it. The triplet.
So Caleb, when you come to a new team, and you're a free agent out there, so the world's kind of wide open. Obviously, Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey. We know the makeup, Paul George here in Philadelphia. But what are some of the other things maybe that were important to you in the decision that you made? Like, what were some of the things you maybe looked into that we don't know about that helped you in this decision?
I think, a big piece of, and I felt that even, when I was in Miami, just coming to play here, is just the environment, just the atmosphere of, the fans and the way the city backs their teams, and and just the type of good pressure it is to play well in a city like this. I think is a privilege, to be able to be under that type of, I would say, pressure, but it's a good type of pressure, and it's a fun type of pressure, and I think that only raises your level of play and attitude and approach to the game. So that it did really excite me to be able to be a part of something like this at a time like this.
You've been in the East, so you've seen Nick Nurse when he was with the Raptors. You saw him with the Sixers. How much was he a draw?
Huge. that's part of the reason what drew me to Miami, with Spo, and then now here with Nick, and just seeing his style and seeing his history, his winning history, and just seeing how he relates to players and how players are drawn to him. And I just think that he's definitely a type of players coach, type of style that that gave me confidence in being here. And it just seems like a type of guy that you want to play for.
It's weird we haven't even talked about Joel Embiid.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty good. He's busy right now.
Yeah, I heard he's all right.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah. So, Caleb, you come to this new team. For the fans here that saw you as an opponent, and then when you left, they forget about you. That's the way we are here in Philadelphia. Describe your game. Describe how you think your game is going to be, or flourish, I should say, with these new teammates that you have.
I think what I bring to the game is what I can do every night. It's not always predicated on scoring or anything like that. I think I'm a by any means necessary type of player. So some nights it'll be more offense, some nights it'll be, I think every night it'll be defense. But some nights more than others would be offense. But I just think kind of just injecting the group with that energy and that spark, whether it's starting or off the bench or just whatever kind of that we need in the moments. I think that I can bring to this team, and a more experienced version of that just from the last couple of years of me, being in Miami. So I think I just being an impactful player.
How different is it to walk out, you think, wearing a Sixers uniform in that arena as opposed to wearing a Heat uniform?
Yeah, that's going to be crazy. That's going to be crazy.
You know how the fans are.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be a good feeling, and it's going to be a different feeling, but it's an exciting new chapter for me, and this is one of the biggest transitions I've had so far in my career. So, I'm just trying to embrace it and enjoy it, and it's a lot at the same time. But I'm trying to, I'm going to have as much fun as I can with it.
Caleb, we'll just have a couple more for you before we let you go. One of the things I wanted to ask him for our listeners to know, and we're talking to new Sixer Caleb Martin. What do you do now? Like Joel is with the USA team, and people are scattered on this team. You have the summer leagues and all going on. What do you do now to more familiarize yourself with this organization?
I do my research. I'm talking to the players. I'm talking to the coaches. I'm up here as of right now just trying to get a better feel, of the environment, of the facility, of the city. But, I also just think relaxing myself is most important coming into a new situation, knowing that there's going to be a lot of things rolling really fast coming up shortly. So I just think that just taking that time and kind of using the calm before the storm, and before everything gets ramped up. So while doing my research, so just trying to get more familiar with everybody.
You mentioned the research. Like, how much do you look at Sixers from last year? Obviously, it's a different team, but the two big pieces in Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid are still there. And now you add in Paul George. Do you try to look at it as like, where am I going to fit in? How can I help? Or what role will I be able to carve out? Like, tell me how you kind of look at that process.
I definitely think a little bit of everything you just said. I think I look at the play style. I look at guys' individual games, like, more of, what their, tendencies are, what side of the floor they like to be on. I've already kind of started looking at more just kind of full games to see the pace of how guys play, and even seeing the second unit, how they operate. So I'm just kind of just getting bits and pieces of everything as much as I can, and that's one thing I'll definitely be doing in my free time right now, just watching and learning as much as I can.
And you mentioned pace. You saw Tyrese Maxey when he first got here, and then each year get better and better, most improved player last year. Talk about pace. I mean, here's a guy that absolutely is a blur half the time. What do you think it's going to be like playing with a guy like that?
I'm going to love that. You know what I mean? I'm a runner, you know what I mean? So, with a guy like that's that fast with the ball, he's going to hit, those two guys, and now including PG, they draw so much attention. I should have a field day. You know what I mean? Like, I like to, think they're going to make, it's kind of hard to believe that my looks won't be easier. You know what I mean? And so that's one thing obviously I'm excited about too, but, just be able to, figure out to play with those guys and just have fun. I think it's very exciting. And I'm glad I get to be front row.
Caleb, I will leave you with this. A statement that was given to me by Marcus Morris when he was with the Sixers last. He said one of the hardest things he ever did was play against Joel Embiid, and one of the easiest things to do in the NBA is to be on the court with Joel Embiid as a teammate. So we'll leave you with that happy thought in your mind about playing with the big guy. Yeah.
I'm glad I'm on this side.
Yeah.
That's right.
Side now.
Caleb, listen, we really appreciate you joining us. Don't forget us. We're here every day, 10 to 2. We're the flagship station. You ever want to join us, we'd love to have you. Welcome to Philadelphia.
I appreciate you. Thank y'all for having me. Appreciate
All right.